Hey guys, I definitely filmed an entire current reads video a couple days ago and I was definitely going to upload it, and then I realized that I was filming my Booktubeathon TBR today, and as of yesterday I still hadn't uploaded my current reads, so I just deleted it and decided to use this also as a current reads video because the Booktubeathon takes place for the last week of the month, so really all my current reads for the rest of the month are going into this Booktubeathon TBR. So, yep. Anyway, Booktubeathon is something that's put on by Ariel Bissett every year, and I don't know if it's a biannual, no, is biannual every 2 years or twice a year? Anyway, whatever term you use for twice a year, I don't know if it's a twice a year thing or an annual thing. I'm pretty sure it's just an annual thing. But anyway, it's something that she does, that she hosts, and every year there are 7 challenges, and this year it's happening from tomorrow, Monday the 24th, through to the 31st of July. So, you know, it's fitting that it's the last week, because that just, that's nice and neat. So there are 7 challenges, as I said. I'm going to do these challenges out of order, just because I'm going to do them in the order that I think of them. The first one, before I forget, because I did forget it in the last take, the first one is read a hyped book. And the book that I chose for this, I don't know really how hyped it is on Booktube, but I know that it's hyped currently because there was a very recent adaptation of it, and that is Decline and Fall by Evelyn Waugh. And this was made into a mini-series starring Jack Whitehall. I think that's his name. I hope I'm getting that right. I've seen him in stuff before, so I should know that that's his name. But anyway, I think it also stars David Suchet, maybe. Maybe not, I forget. Anyway, so yes, it has recently been turned into a mini-series, and I have the audiobook, so I am currently listening to that. I think I'm only 30 minutes in, but it's only maybe 4.5 or 5 hours, so hopefully I'll be able to finish that throughout the week. And then I'm going to watch the mini-series on Acorn also sometime this week, because then my Acorn subscription is up. So I need to do that before my Acorn subscription's up. Anyway, next up is read a book with a person on the cover. So I'm currently reading The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, and this is what I'll be reading for the next 2 days. I am about a third of the way through, and even though it's already 3 o'clock, I'm hoping to get, well, I don't know if I'll get a third of the way through for the rest of today, but I'm hoping to get the last 2/3 of the book finished between today and tomorrow. So, yes, and I know that this isn't, like, it's sort of a ghostly person, but that's kind of the point. So, anyway, I'm counting that as a person on the cover. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far, and then when I finish reading this, probably not this week, because with all the other reading I'll be doing, I won't really have time, but I really want to watch probably the 40s one. I mean, it's either the 30s or the 40s adaptation, and then I really want to see the 80s adaptation, because I've heard that one's really good, and then also the 90s film, and then I want to listen again to the entire musical soundtrack, because I have that, and I haven't listened to the whole thing in a few years. Like, recently what I've been doing is just listening to my favorites, so it'll be fun to listen to the whole thing again after so long. But yes, thoroughly enjoying this so far. Next is read a book that you bought just because of the cover. Definitely this one. Because this was a book that I was going to buy anyway, but this cover, I love it so much, and I was buying the Penguin English Library editions that this matches, but they went out of print, and the weird thing is, this series, this is the 4th the fifth book in the Chronicles of Barset Shire series, and this whole series are the only books that they've, as soon as the Penguin English Library ones started going out of print, they decided to make a hardcover set, and so far this is the only series, or the only 6 books, I'll say, out of all the Penguin English Library books that they have decided to do this with. And I don't really know why. Maybe it's because it's the only series. Well, but that's not true, because they've got the Sherlock Holmes books in there, so I don't know. For some reason they've decided to take this series and make them like this. And I think this is really cool, because it's like a combination of the Penguin cloth bound and the Penguin English Library editions, both designed by Corley Bickford Smith. So yeah, this is really pretty and I love it. And I'm only on like chapter 3 of this, but when I finish Woman in White, hopefully if I finish Woman in White by tomorrow night, I will pick this one back up on Tuesday, and I'm hoping to be able to listen to enough every day that I finish it in 3 or 4 days. And then for a book that you read entirely in one day, I have a few options. Okay, so I've done 3 books so far. I'm either going to finish The Moorland Cottage by Elizabeth Gaskell, or read Trollbridge, the graphic novel, written, well, I guess adapted from his short story, or this might be the entire short story. Anyway, this is by Neil Gaiman, and it's illustrated by Colleen Duran. Yeah, so one of these is going to be my book that I read entirely in one day. And then my third choice for that is The 39 Steps by John Buchan. Buchan. Anyway, I recently watched the 2008 adaptation of The 39 Steps that stars Rupert Penry Jones, because the other day I was watching Persuasion and that put me in a Rupert Penry Jones mood. So I have since watched a very cheesy Christmas movie that he is in that is very similar to another very cheesy Christmas movie that I love, just kind of with different actors, which I find funny, but they're both Hallmark, so that figures. But anyway, so then also I wanted to watch this adaptation of 39 Steps. I was very worried to watch this because the 30s adaptation of this film, or of this story, that was done by Hitchcock, that stars Robert Donat, I'm not really sure, but anyway, he is one of my favorite actors, and that version is one of my absolute favorites, yeah, so I was just worried to watch this new one, and I actually really enjoyed the new one, except I have a little issue with the ending, but it wasn't a big enough issue to make me dislike the whole thing. I actually really liked the film as a whole, so now I really want to read the book, novella, to see how I like that. And the thing that intrigues me the most about reading the book is that all of the adaptations, there have been 4 major adaptations of this. The 59 version is actually just a color remake of the 30s one, so that's actually quite similar to the 30s film, but the 30s film and the 59 film have the same ending, and then the late 70s, early 80s film has a completely different ending, and then the 2008 one has a completely different ending, and I'm pretty sure none of these endings are the same ending as the novel. So I'm very intrigued to read the novel and see if I love it as much as I've loved each of the film adaptations that I've seen so far. And I also really want to see the 80s film. So yes, I might read that one, if I can go into town and get it. And then a book that you read entirely outside, that might be an issue for me, because we have had thunderstorms a lot, and we also have had between 90 and 100 degree days for weeks now, so I don't know if that's actually going to work, but if I can read one entirely outside, it's going to be one of these 2, one of the Wonder Womans, and then this is also going to be my my book for someone who is completely different from you, because obviously Wonder Woman is a demigod, demigoddess, demigod. She was brought to life by Zeus, so I don't know. Anyway, so yes, yeah, definitely very different from me. So those, and then is that everything? Read a book entirely outside. Read a book with someone totally different from you. Read one that you can finish in a day. Hyped book. Okay, the last challenge is read 7 things. So I definitely have multiple options for this. So I have my 5 definites, and then my alternates are this one, 39 Steps, Like the Universe and Everything by Douglas Adams, which I need to finish, and then The Happy Reader, issue 1, which is, I will be reading this after I finish Woman in White anyway. So of these last 5, I'll be picking 2 from these to read. So yeah, that's everything. I know I've just been kind of rambling a little, but I'm really happy to be reading all of these things, and honestly, I may even try to squeeze them all in the last week. I don't know how well that would work, especially because I'm also trying to watch a few things, because my Acorn subscription is up also on the 31st. So I'm trying to watch a couple things on there, as well as doing all this reading. But hopefully, since so many of these are so short, and since the 2 giant things I'm reading I've already started, maybe I can get through all of these. We'll have to see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you're participating. Let me know what books you're using for the challenges, and thanks, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.